Hey y'all, it's your girl Ariza, licensed clinical social worker, test prep guru, whatever you need me to be to help you level up and pass your exam. So this is the place to get the tools, the mindset, the confidence, whatever you need. Yes, this is the one-stop shop. We're giving it to you all, from questions to strategy to content, you name it. This is your one-stop shop. So stay with us. We're going to help you level up and get to where you need to be. And today I got a special one for you. Yes. So today we're going to talk about how to handle those best and most style questions. Yes. What do they really mean? Like, we get these best and most style questions and we're asking ourselves, like, man, they all sound good. Like, how do I choose which one is which? So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to help you break down the difference between a best and most style question. Sometimes they can be similar and the lines can be a little blurred, but either way, they have a very similar approach that's going to help you get over the edge when it comes to taking that test and know what to do. So when you're sitting in that test place, you'll know exactly how to answer those questions when they pop across your screen. So let's go ahead and jump into it. I'm going to share my screen a little bit later on today because I got some questions that we're going to break down together. Yes, I'm going to give you guys my questions. But before you ask, I typically save my questions for my coaching community and for those that are in my boot camp, private tutoring, and all those types of things. You know, these people invested, so I got to make sure I'm pulling out all the stops and I'm just helping them get over to the end so they can pass this exam. And I'm telling you guys, we've had amazing success. I've had about maybe 6 people that's taken the test after the boot camp, and literally 4 of them have passed with no ifs and buts about it. The other 2 that didn't pass, they came extremely close, y'all. I'm talking about less than 5 points away, which is a huge increase from where they were before. So I'm just telling you right now, I'm not one that's going to tell you that everybody's passing, because that would be a lie. Any test prep program that tells you that everybody's passing, they are lying to you. Trust and believe. I have had some of my people, before I started my own test prep process, work with some of these big organizations and test prep programs that I know you know, and I'm not going to name them because they're not sponsoring me. Why would they sponsor me? But anyways, to make a long story short, they have done these programs time and time again and have failed 3, 4, 5, 6 times. Like, literally, I'm telling you, that is the fact that there's no magic sauce, but I'm giving you some sauce that can help increase the likelihood that you're going to walk into that test exam ready to pass and do what you need to do to succeed. So without further ado, let's talk about the 2 words that stress folks out on the ASWB exam. That's that best question and that's that most. You see these and you're suddenly like, well, they all look good, but what if I told you they don't mean what you think they mean? And what if I told you I have a whole method that helps you handle these every single time? Not sometimes, but every single time. It's called the F.N.B.M method. Yes, you guys thought I was slipping and forgot about that. Yes, it's trademarked. Is that the correct term? Yes, it's trademarked or copywritten. I'm not really sure the exact term, but I did it. I did the paperwork. And so if you see someone else using this F.N.B.M method, just know that your girl is the blueprint and I got the paperwork to show for it. All right, so let's get into it. First stops first. What does best really mean? Let's talk about that for a moment. So best doesn't mean the one that sounds nice. It means which response gets the most effective clinical outcome. Which one is most aligned with the code of ethics, the helping process, or what would a licensed clinician or a licensed master level social worker do at that point in treatment? That is when you know you're the bomb and you're good at what you do, because you can determine which one is best right off of the limited information that sometimes the test provides you. So if you're stuck between 2 good answers, zoom in. Is one more client-centered? Is one more appropriate for the stage you're in? Like, are you in the assessment stage, the intervention stage, determination stage? Like, where are you? So you want to use B, which is the best outcome strategy. And we use that from the first, next, best, most method. We want to know which one is going to get you the result you want. That is how you determine what is the best decision to make. And we got some questions we're going to get you later on, so to make sure you really understand this. But let's move on to most. Yes. What does most really mean? Now, this is a little different. Most questions are about intensity. So when they ask what is most important, they're not asking what's nice. They're asking what's urgent, what's the highest risk. So with the first, next, best, most method, the M means most immediate impact. So ask yourself, which option handles the best threat, the best risk, or need need right now, right in the moment. So if you're in a crisis, we know it's safety first. If you're in an assessment, what are we trying to reveal? What are we trying to understand? And if you are in the treatment phase, what's going to break the current cycle that the client is in and give them the most impact? That's how I want you guys to think. All right. Now, some of you are probably asking, why does this matter? And if you're asking why does this matter, that means you have not taken the test, which is great. That means you are not a repeat test taker. You're a first-time test taker. So you gotta know why this matters. It matters because words are clues. They're not just random things that the test is just throwing out there. Like, oh, let's just throw some most in there. Let's just throw some best and see what happens. No, these are not random. They are prioritization clues. They're letting us know how to prioritize and how to handle a situation based on the term that we're using. So when you see the term best, we're thinking most effective. Which one will give you the effective outcome that you need in this situation? Hey guys, I stopped by to tell you this. You do not have to win alone. Absolutely not. People in the community are winning each and every day. The proof is in the pudding. Go in the community. It's free. We're throwing down test questions, case studies, the F.N.B.M method, all the details and everything you need so you can succeed. Click the link in the bio and join. You don't need to do this alone. See you soon. And then if you see a most question, what is the most urgent? What is the most impactful? These are the things you need to ask yourself. And if you're still guessing or going in with your gut, you're leaving a lot of points on the table. Yes, let me back up, guys. I always tell you guys to follow your gut. But your gut, if you've worked with me, is pretty much informed. It got a lot of info in it. So you can use your gut in that case because it's filled with content. It's filled with strategy. It's filled with knowledge. And plus, you've been able to break down the first, next, best, most method in a way that many do not know how to. So if you work with your girl and you've been doing this for a little bit and you've invested in some type of program or some type of strategy, you know how to utilize the first, next, best. So you can trust your gut. However, if you have not, you want to be mindful of not just trusting your gut, but really understanding a thing first. And then your gut to be filled with that knowledge. All right. So let's talk about the first, next, best method. And let me give you the framework for this. F stands for first. N stands for next. B stands for most. See, you're listening. B stands for best. And M stands for most. Yes, I threw that in there. I was moving a little too fast and just, the letters were just all coming together. So yes, just to reiterate to make sure I'm not losing any of you guys, F means first, N means next, B means best, M means most. That is pretty much what it is. And it is a method that if you know what each word actually means on the test day, it'll help you win. Guaranteed. Go to the video on first, next, best, most. Look at the comment section. The comments is where it's at, guys. I know if you're on social media, whatever, you already know the comments is always where it's at. Even in my boot camp, the comments be and I'm thinking to myself, what are they over there doing in the comment section? But I got to stay on focus and I got to stay focused and stay on task. So sometimes I miss what's in the comment section, but it's always something good. It's always something helping everybody get right. So I don't really complain if it's in a boot camp setting. And if you look at the comments under my videos, you'll see people that say, I passed using the F.N.B.M method. I passed. I know how to handle all the questions. Oh my God, the test was filled with first questions. The test was filled with most questions, and I knew what to do. Absolutely. That is the purpose of this. All right. So stop second guessing, start dissecting. Understand that best and most questions aren't out to get you. They're just waiting for you to use a strategy. All right. And if you ever hear anybody else, like I said, talking about the first, next, best, most method, you be like, yeah, my girl from LCSWVIBES, she been dropping some gems on that. And I know how to use it too. That's all you say. All right. So hit like, drop a comment, do whatever you need to do, but this video is not over yet. I just want you to stop real quick and like the video, or stop right quick and put a comment in the chat, because the comments are helping the algorithm. Like, we just grown over here. We had a few thousand. Yes, some of you been following me when I just had like 50 subscribers on the page, and I'm like, geez, is anybody gonna see us? So it took a lot of SEO, a lot of work, a lot of support. You guys have been investing in your girl, helping me be able to do the things so I can show up and shine and give you what you need. So without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen, because I want to make sure that you understand how to really utilize first, next, best, most. See, I don't like giving you information and then not giving you the opportunity to apply the information. And that's where we go wrong. We give you all the information, give you the information, and then we don't really know if you know how to apply it. So, that can be a little tricky. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to share my screen. Stay with me for 1 sec, and then I'm going to show you these questions. Are you studying for the LCSW or LMSW exam? Don't waste time on the wrong prep. Try my test prep program for free with a full module that gives you the real strategies, the real practice, and real results. Plus, you get access to my exclusive test prep community where you'll find support, study material, and accountability. No risk, no stress, just results. Click the link in the bio so you can get ready to win with the winning team. All right. I'm back. Yes, with the questions on the screen. And these questions are all best and most. So I'm not jumping into first and next because I've done some videos on that. Or if you feel like you need more practice and you're in the weekly coaching set community, send me a DM and say, look, I need some questions on this. I need to practice. And I got you. Yes, we pretty much have these meetings 4 p.m. Eastern time. On Sundays. Sometimes if we need to do it during the week, it's a little bit later. For the next few weeks, we'll be doing Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern, and pretty much that's normally the standard time frame. Yes, we're able to get in there, throw questions out, you're able to answer it. We throw some really hard ethical dilemmas and stuff that you might be challenged with, but we just have a good time over there. It's a lot of people, a lot of good energy, and what I love about the community is that everybody in there is trying to win. Everybody. Like if you come in there with some negative vibes, some negative energy, like I'm telling you, several hundred people in there that's going to just let you know that you need to step out this community, or either they're just going to ignore you. Yes. But if you're struggling, you missed the test by a few points, you need some motivation, you need some support, we in there. They even forming their own study groups. Yes, I have a few people that have study groups every day for about 2 hours. They jump on a Zoom link and they're answering questions and they're doing stuff to help one another and help each other stay accountable. That's what the community is all about, guys. That is what it's about. And I'm just hella excited. So let me just get to these questions before I keep talking about the community. All right, best and most style questions. So let's go ahead and I'm gonna share my screen, as you can see, and I'm going to go through the first one. And of course, you guys don't need to hear me read them out. You can pause it, read the question yourself, answer it, and then fast forward the video. But no, don't fast forward. Just play it. Yeah, just play it. I need you to show that you watched the whole video. All right. So number one, a social worker is conducting an initial assessment with a client who reports experiencing domestic violence. What is the most important factor for the social worker to address at this stage? A, developing a safety plan. B, exploring the client's childhood experiences. C, assessing the child's coping skills, or should I say coping mechanisms, or D, determining the client's readiness for change. I caught myself, guys. I know I said child, but it's just a client. Moving a little too fast. Brain going. Like a lot of us, when we start making up words and adding stuff in the question that wasn't even there, we need to just slow it down a little bit. So go ahead, mute me and go ahead and answer the question. What you think it is? Perfect. You guys are right. The answer is A. We want to develop a safety plan. If you can look really low, you'll see my rationale. In this situation, it involves domestic violence. So the client's immediate safety is most concerned. Now, when we're using the first next best most method, M is for most immediate impact. So in this case, we want to ensure the client's safety. The other options are important, but they're not as urgent as addressing the self-harm or the risk of harm that this client is facing. So that is why we'll pick B. That's why we pick A. Now, B is a good one. Exploring some childhood experiences. C is great. Addressing the client's coping mechanisms, like how they're coping in this situation. D, determining whether the client is really ready for change. These are all, I'm not going to say great, they're all good answers, but what they're not is the most impactful. So that is what you need to think about when you have these situations. All right. And this is an initial assessment. You're working with a client and they're having domestic violence situations. Now, a little fact, just a little bit I have to share with you guys. If the question said a social worker was working with a couple and they mentioned domestic violence, I'm not sure if you know, but she should have stopped the session. Yes, we don't work with couples who experience domestic violence. We refer them to individual therapy or or encourage them to seek other services, because when you're doing couples therapy and there's domestic violence involved, that's a contraindication that it's not going to be effective and it's not going to work. So I just thought I'd give you that information just in case it pops up on the test. All right, let's move on to C. A client discloses to their social worker that they have been having suicidal thoughts. Which of the following is the best immediate response from the social worker? A, explore the client's reasons for living. B, assess the client's risk and develop a safety plan. C, refer the client to a psychiatrist for medication evaluation. Or D, encourage the client to reach out to family and friends for support. All right, we got a client that's having suicidal thoughts, and we're going to tell them, look, go reach out to your family and friends. They can support you. I don't think that's the best option. Or we're going to say, you know what, let me get you to a psychiatrist so they can go ahead and give you medication evaluation and just maybe get you some medications that can help you with those thoughts. Pretty good. I think that's a good option. B, are we going to assess the client's risk and develop a safety plan? We want to see, like, what is the risk factors here? What is the likelihood of them moving forward with these thoughts? And put a safety plan in place so we can guarantee their safety. Or not guarantee, but increase the likelihood of their safety. Ooh, Big difference. Increase it that sounds like it might be. But let's go ahead with the last one. Explore the client's reasons for living. That's a good option. That's a good option. You want to give them like, what's their why? Why are they doing this or thinking they can or whatever? But clearly we know B is the best of the options. B is clearly the best. We want to assess the client's risk, develop a safety plan. Let me go ahead and let you read that. And then we're going to go on to the next. All right, question 3. During a couple's therapy session, one partner becomes verbally aggressive towards the other. What is the most appropriate action for the therapist to take in this situation? A, encourage the couple to express their feelings openly. B, focus on the underlying issues in the relationship. C, establish boundaries and ensure the safety of both partners. Or D, terminate the session and refer the couple to individual therapy. I know I gave you a clue in the first one, but that's when clients are dealing with domestic violence situations. So let's just see what would be the most appropriate here. I'm not going to read these out. I'm going to let you guys think about it for a moment. And you are correct. The answer is C. We want to establish some boundaries and ensure that the safety of both partners are being met. Now, when verbal aggression occurs during a couple session, the therapist's most important role is to maintain a safe environment. So that is why it's M question, the most impactful. That is what we're doing. Now, if it was a direct domestic violence relationship situation, then things would be a little different. All right, let's move on to question 4. A social worker is developing a treatment plan for a client with a history of substance abuse. Which of the following is the best approach to goal setting in this case? You guys look at those option choices and let me know what you're thinking. All right. Some of you are killing it and know it already, which is great. All right. So let's see here. Let's see here. All righty. And because you guys are doing so good, I'm not even going to do all the extra talking. I'm just going to go ahead and show you guys the answer right here. We are on question 4. And here we go right here. So if you pick B, you're great. Collaborate with the client to set realistic and achievable goals. Absolutely. And you can pause the screen and go ahead and read the rationale and make sure you truly have an understanding of it. Thank you. All right, guys, real quick. I'm always talking about the community, the LCSW vibes. We leveling up. And this is the sneak peek of the community. As you can see, it's on and popping. We got a lot happening. I got ethics over here, human development, or study guides that you guys asked me about on the YouTube channel. It's all right there. Test questions. You just want to level up and learn and see if you can answer those questions. I'm testing your knowledge. Let me go back to the home screen. If you want to learn more about what services I offer and what other things are there, that is where you go to the learning tabs. We leveling up. So why don't you join so you can level up too? And last but not least is question number 5. A client with a history of depression reports feeling overwhelmed by their job and their family responsibilities. What is the best next step for the social worker? Should they teach the client relaxation techniques and to manage their stress? Sounds pretty good. B, should they explore the client's thoughts and beliefs about their current situation? C, should they refer the client to a support group for individuals with depression? Or D, should they assist the client in developing a plan to prioritize and delegate tasks? All right, guys, you guys have did an amazing job. The answer is B. Yes, B is in bravo. B is in bravo. Yes, explore the client's thoughts and beliefs about their situation. Sometimes a client can feel overwhelmed, and the best next step is to explore their perspective and understand their thoughts and beliefs that are contributing to their stress. Yes. Like always, your girl is super appreciative of you rocking out with me, being able to go through these questions and answer them. Hopefully you guys are able to see them and answer them. If you feel like you need more of these test style questions, sound like I said test style, but I said test style questions, then definitely join the community. Join the community, rock with your girl, or join the boot camp. It is absolutely epic. And it's giving you everything you need to succeed. If you don't believe it, go in the comment section and say boot camp. And somebody just going to probably reply to you and let you know that it is everything. Yes. Until the next one, you have an amazing day. Thank you so much for rocking out with your girl. And until the next one, be blessed and don't stress yourself out. You got this. Trust and believe in yourself and trust and believe in the process. Don't let this test define you. You define it.